Hey, welcome back and welcome to another short lesson in what does it mean to lead well? What are some of the skills that you're going to need in this current environment, in any environment, if you like, around how you're going to lead well? And what does it take? And today, what I want to cover is the idea of good decision making. Good leaders are leaders that know how to make good decisions. But there's a number of levels that relate to good decision making. One of the approaches you could take is an autocratic approach, which in that sense would require you as a leader to sell the idea to those around you. You've already made up your mind about what the decision is and how you're going to approach the problem. Another way is to go around and present your idea to individuals to round up your support and hopefully collect a little bit of data along the way from individuals. A more common approach is to perhaps use a consultative approach, where you're going to the group and you're defining the problem to them, seeking their feedback and identifying what are some of the things that you don't know as a leader. This requires great listening skills. You're listening for some of the things that you maybe are unknown, maybe some of the ideas that are within your team that haven't yet been drawn to your attention. A third layer, a deeper level, if you like, of decision-making process would be to do a group-based model of decision-making. And in this sense, you're effectively permitting your group to define and solve the problem for themselves. And in this process, a group-based problem solving, the leader's role changes quite significantly. It becomes one where you're there to support, resource, and encourage the team to come up with the solutions for themselves. Now, there is a couple of steps you could take in addressing a problem-solving manner. The first thing is you want to identify the root causes. This is not about blame. Why do we find ourselves in this situation right now? Perhaps lack of technology being implemented to be able to have a virtual team. Now, we don't want to blame the IT department. We don't want to blame someone for not having done something. What we want to do is look at the root cause. Why did we end up in this situation where we are? And the second stage of that, once we identify that, we want to define what it is that we actually know. How did we actually arrive into the situation we are now? I'm here in front of you presenting some ideas on leadership. The reason why I'm here now and the why did I get here, is because we find ourselves in an environment where people are being encouraged to go more online. And so when we're trying to solve a problem, what we want to do is we want to explore possible solutions. And this is often where the leader can fall over, is the leader needs to be open to new ideas, to as many ideas as possible, because all of that is information. And when we explore new ideas to solve problems, what we want to listen for is something different, something that might be a solution to something completely unknown. And when we're listening to those ideas, we want to listen without any sense of judgment. We want to throw it all out onto the table. We want as many ideas as possible. And through that process, we're then going to find something, a solution. The next step in a problem-solving situation is to then take action, to actually implement the solutions that we've identified. Is this going to solve our problem? Well, let's hope so, if we've done enough creative thinking in that process. And then there's one final step, and this is a critical step for all leaders. And for many teams, it's a step that perhaps goes a little bit missing. And it's to actually look back. It's to go, hey, we did that. We tried that problem. We've tried to solve it through this process. How did we go? Did we solve the problem in the best way possible? What did we learn about ourselves? What did we learn about how we work as a team that we can then apply into future problem solving? Because the whole idea of a good leader is you're building capacity at each problem solving along the way. Each time you're engaging your team in a group-based activity, you're extending their learning capacity. You're extending their ability to do their jobs to their best. And that essentially is the role of the leader. You're there to enhance people's performance, to make them better than what they were the day before, and hopefully grow and enhance the organisation along the way as well. Have a great day. I hope you're enjoying these leadership lessons.